What's up, donks? Welcome back to Sudoku Ajue. My name is Sudoku. Today, a couple days late, we're going to do Black Friday by FullDeck and missing a few cards. We have standard Sudoku rules apply, and we have Kropke dots. All possible dots are given. Okay, so that's interesting. So we have 1 to 9 every row, every column, every 3 by 3 box. Can't draw for crap today. Then we have crop keys. So black crop key dots have to have a 1 to 2 ratio. So if it's a 1, 2, 2, 4, 4, 8, 3, 6, etc. Then we have white crop keys. So these have to be consecutive. So it could be 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, etc., etc. So let's go. We're going to restart the timer. So something that immediately jumps out at me is that these black crop keys are crossing the box borders, which is difficult because these two can now be the same digit. This actually could just be 2 digits. So could this and this could be the same, and that could be the same, which is frustrating. So up here, okay, so 5, 7, and 9 are digits that can never be on crop keys, on the black crop key, I should say. Which means that, so if when there's 3 sets of black crop keys, it has to be 1, 2, 4, 8, and 3, 6. So then this means that the 1, 2 has to be down here. So this has to be the 2, right? Because if this is a 1, this would have to be a 2 as well. So that's going to be a 3. So then this is 3, 6, and 4, 8. 3, 6, and 4, 8. And then that's not a 3, so that's not a 6. Okay. This little jumble down here is going to be a little messy. Okay, so then we know that 4s are not there. Two's not there either. Let's see, could this be a 2? No, because this would have to be 1 or 3. So 2s are not in any, wait, they could be, so 2s are up here. Okay. Don't know if that's not really worth it, just talking it out. So this is not a 3 either. That's not a 2. Okay. Finding this pretty quick, I like, but then what do we do? Now what? Okay. So this is interesting because these two, I think, have to be the same digit, right? Because a normal Sudoku digit only sees 2 of their neighbors. So if this is a 5, this would be 4, 6, but then what would this be? This would have to be a 6 as well. These two don't have to be the same because that's a 5, this could be 6, that could be a 5 or a 7. Now that's all incorrect because that cannot be a 6, but you know what I mean. That's a 4, 4. And then that's the 6. So 5, 7, and 9 are going to be on these. Okay, so let me do 5, 7, and 9 here. So this has to be, this is now a 4 or an 8. It cannot be a 6 because if this was a 6, that would have to be a 3, which we can't have. So then this has to be a 4 or 8. And then that can't be, this can't be a 3, so this could be 5, 7, or 9, looks like. Okay. Yeah, this can't be a 6 because if this was a 6, that would have to be a 4, and then that would have to also be a 6. Yeah, that's not possible. Or that would have to be a 6. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. So then this is just a 6 or 8. Because if this is a 9, this cannot be a 9. There we go. That cannot be a 9. Because a 9 only sees one digit. So if this is a 7, 6, 8, 8. If this is a 5, hang on. Okay, let's figure this out. Okay, I think I had something there. So if this is a 5, this could not be a 6. So that'd be a 4, 6, 4. Okay, and if this is a 7, that would be an 8. That'd be a 6. So this was a 6 on both sides. On all options, that was a 6. Okay, and if that's a 7, that'd be 8, 8. This is a 5, that'd be 4, 4. Okay. All right. Okay, so this is now a 2, 4, or 8. So it puts the ones up here. 5 and 7 can, if this is a 5 or 7, then the other digit is going to be up here, one of those two. But 1 is in there. All right, this is tricky. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay. All right. Sorry. Okay. All right. This, as I said before, this is tricky. Okay. Hang on. This can't be the 3 because that can't be paired with any of those. So that's not the 3. So that's not the 6. So 3s are now here. I'm just going to do like that. But then that can't be a 3 because that's, okay, so then if my logic is correct, that's, oh, that's a 3. That's now a 6. 4, 8. So then this is no longer the 9. So then this has to be the 9 because there's no white dot here. So if this was another 5 or 7, it wouldn't work. So this is now an 8. That's going to be a 4, which would pair this as the 8. That's now a 7. This has to be an 8. That's no longer a 5. This is a 4. That is now a 2 or an 8, and it can't be the 8, so that's going to be a 2. This is now a 1 or a 4, and then that's going to be a 1 or a 3. 2, 3, 4. Then this is a 5, 6, and 9, so we can pair the 5 and 6 here. That's now a 9. And then this, we don't know what that is yet. Okay. Eight has to go up here, so this is going to be a 4, 8, which puts that as a 1. That's now a 3. This cannot be a 6 because there's no crop key, so that's going to be 5, 6. This will be a 5 or 7. This cannot be a 4, so that'll be 8. 4 with a 7, so that's going to be a 5, 7. That's now a 1. That can't be a 1. That can't be a 2. That can't be a 2. This is a 2. 3, 4. That has to be the 5. That is now a 9. Oh boy. Okay. Good stuff. Interesting. Very rarely do you get the top 3 boxes like that. It happens, just rarely. Okay, so then, do we know anything else? So this only option, this is a 3, 4, or an 8. 3, 4, or an 8. But if this is an 8, all digits that connect to it cannot be on black crop keys. So this is now, if it's a 3, it would drop down to a 2 or a 4. If it's a 4, it would have to go to a 3, and it can't be. So this is now a 3, which pairs that with a 6, and then that's a 3 as well. Okay. And if that's a 2, this can only be a 1 because it can't be a 4. Oh, okay, so then this has to be 1, 2 with a 4, 8. Yeah, so this is going to be a 4. That's going to be 8. No, wait. No, this is a 1, 2. Sorry, I had it backwards. Sorry. So this is going to be the 4, 8. So then, so 6s will be here. 7 has to go one of those two, because if it was here, it would see both. Either of those cells would see the 7, which is impossible. So 9s are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5s can't go there either. So this is 5 and 7. 6 is there. 7s, 8, and then 9s. So this has to be the 6. That's now a 9. That's not a 9. That's a 5, 7 pair. 3. Then we have 4, 8, 9. So this is going to be the 9, 8, and 4. Sixes are there. Okay. 1, 2, 3. We need 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Okay. 4 and 4. So no, 4s are going to be over here. But if this was a 4, this would have to be paired with a 3 because that's the only one that'd be on the crop key. So this is going to be the 4. And it has to go, it can't see it can only be a 3 or 5, and that sees a 3. So that's going to be the 5. So we have a 7 and 5. Okay. 4, this is now a 2 or an 8. Either way, this will be a 4. That has to be the 5. That's going to be a 3. That's now a 6. This is going to be a 3. All right. 8s are here and here. Okay. So we'll do 1s there. 2 can be there. 2 can be here. 2 cannot be there because of that. 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 would have to be on a crop key. 7s can't go there or there, so 7s will be here. 7 cannot go there, so it places the 7 there. And then now this has to be the 9, so that's going to be an 8 and a 2 with a 1. And now that's a 2. That's going to be a 1. This is now a 7, 9 pair. Okay. And we need a 1, 8. So we can place that as an 8 here. That's going to be a 1 with a 2. 4s are now here. This is a 5. So yeah, that's going to be a 4. This will be a 9. 9, 7, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 and 7. So that's going to be the 6. That's a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. So that's going to be the 6. That's a 9. And a 5 has to be paired with a 3. This cannot be a 1, because if it was a 1, it would be paired with a 2. So that's going to be the 1. That's a 2. That's now 4, 8, 7. So that's a 7. That's a 1, 2, 1. That's a 2 with a 5. And we need a 3 and a 6. That's a 3. This is a 6. Oh, yeah, 1531. Shop local or just stay home and do puzzles with friends. That was Black Friday. Yep. I didn't buy anything on Black Friday, so you got it. And I'm going to my local record store today to see if there's any records I want. So, see you tomorrow.